Do evals replace the PRD? What is the role of evals?
Yeah, so I think it was like a little bit spicy in saying it replaces the PRD because without a product strategy or a particular customer, like your product is nothing. But again, that's a paragraph or even a sentence, depending on what the product is. The majority of most PRDs that I've seen in my career have spent most of the document talking about specifics, how it will work, how it will behave in certain situations, how the user can expect to get value from that. But that gets really turned on its head in this kind of Gen AI world where these products really need to do like everything, or at least a lot more things than previous products. And it's very hard to describe that. Say, oh, this thing just does everything. And the best way to actually communicate what the product should do is through examples. And that's what an eval is. It's really just like a trivia question for the model. And it's saying, this is like the shape of the things the model needs to do well. And if the model does it well, it means it's getting these answers. And if it gets these answers, the users will probably like it. And if the users probably like it, let's ship it into prod and see if they actually like it with an online eval. But the key way to communicate how a product should work in this kind of Gen AI era is it performing well on an offline eval? And if not, you either need to change the model, change the harness, or change the product. It's possible that what you want to do is not possible with the models today, but it's better to find that out early with an offline eval versus just shipping it to prod and getting frustrated users.
And for people who don't quite understand that nuance, what's an offline eval versus just shipping to prod and looking at them?
Yeah, this is a really, really important nuance, and I touched on it in this blog post. But when we usually talk about evals in this AI world, is something that's run offline. There's like a little bit of gray areas in terms of RL environments and stuff, but think about it as like a pre-baked set of trivia questions that you ask the model. So for example, let's say you have a recipes website and you want to tell users how to make their favorite kinds of ice cream. An offline eval would be a prompt set, say 100 prompts of different ice creams that users might like. And the answer key would be a correct answer or a plausibly correct answer with a way to score whether it's good. So that's run offline during the development of your product. And you use that as a proxy for real user traffic. Once you do well on your offline evals, you can ship that product online and you have a website and it lets users generate ice cream recipes. And you think because you were a good PM and you really thought deeply about what the customer wanted, that performance on that offline eval set will reflect the satisfaction of the user in the online eval. This obviously doesn't always happen, but that's the idea. And it's the best way to measure whether a Gen AI product is likely to satisfy users.
If it's the best way to measure it, we've got to learn it. Where should we start?
Let me walk through what's changed since I wrote that article. So the key thesis has remained true. And this has been now 2 years in that an eval is the best way to communicate.
I hope you enjoyed that short clip. You can check out the full episode here.